Hey everyone, welcome back to another video here on DarkSec. I am Dark, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Tmux room on TryHackMe. This is one of the rooms that I made mostly just because I love the Tmux tool. If you've seen any of my videos where I'm using my Kali Linux machine, I will be using Tmux. It is incredibly useful. It is short for the terminal multiplexer, and it's something that if you are not familiar with it, I can promise you after doing this room it's something you'll use on a daily basis or whenever you're using Linux. That being said, let's go ahead and dive right into the first and only task. Screens wishes it was this cool, and it does. We'll go ahead and start right away by deploying the attack box and then starting the machine attached to this room. Now, the machine attached to this room is just DVWA. That is for demonstration purposes, so you don't have to necessarily scan it. I have it on there so that you can see the power of having things in multiple tabs. Let's go ahead and jump right in. Tmux, the terminal multiplexer, is easily one of the most used tools by the Linux community, and not just pen testers. While not a malicious tool, Tmux makes running simultaneous tasks throughout a pen test incredibly easy. In this primer room, this is a remnant of the red primer series that I have morphed into the beginner pathway. We'll walk through the process of installing and using one of the most common key combinations used in Tmux. Note the installation process in this is geared towards Kali/Ubuntu, so anything Debian based. You can do this room either via the attack box or Kali machine provided by TryHackMe, or with your own Kali machine. All the commands for the questions will be done on your machine. The machine attached to this room is purely for scanning/demo purposes. I put this in here because people were getting confused as to what machine you were supposed to be doing these commands on, or how you were supposed to install this tool, and so on and so forth. It looks like because I've got the attack box up, this is a little bit chopped off. You can get the cheat sheet over here. I put a link to it because the Linux Academy, their original link was really hard to find for this. That's why I've got credit here. And I wanted to make sure that people would still be able to get this cheat sheet because it's just wonderful. So you can grab it there. Definitely something that if you are looking for something to print out and have on your desk as you get used to that, highly recommended. I also have a link to IPSEC's video on using Tmux. You should check that out. It's a wonderful video. I'm going to have that linked in the video description as well. Let's see. Let's go ahead and jump into the first question here. First things first, let's go ahead and install Tmux. This can be done on Kali or Ubuntu/Kali with the command apt-get install Tmux. That's technically deprecated. You can do that with apt install Tmux. And there you go. You can see it's already installed on the attack box, so we don't need to do anything with that. Even if you're using the free version of this, it's already installed. We'll mark that as complete. Once Tmux is installed, let's launch a new session. What command do we use to launch Tmux without a custom name or a new session? So this is pretty easy. We just need to type in Tmux. This is going to launch it, and we can do that right over here. I'll go ahead and clear that, and then type Tmux, and there we go. So we can see we have 0. This is our session name over here, and then we have the current tab that we're in. So this is tab 0, and what we're running in it, or if we've named it something else. Additionally, we have our IP down here. This is a custom script that's been added. Your Tmux, if you're running this on your own machine, will probably look a little bit different. At some point, I'll have a video up on the channel as well that will have my Tmux configuration, and I'll show how to install it as well because I have a bunch of custom stuff down here. All Tmux commands start with a keyboard button combination. What is the first key in this combination? So if you want, you can take a look at the cheat sheet above. I'm going to go ahead and go through this pretty quickly. The hints have what section of the cheat sheet. So if it's in the purple section or the blue section, the purple section, green, or the burgundy section over there, I'll just run through them without looking at that though. All Tmux commands start with the keyboard button combination. So that is the first key in this is going to be control. And then we need a second key, which is going to be B for the next question. You can change what this is in the Tmux configuration. This is the default that I'm going off of. If you've changed it, you need to reference the default configuration for this specific room. Let's go ahead and detach from our newly created Tmux session. What key do we need to add to the combo in order to detach? This is pretty straightforward. It's going to be D, so we can do that with Control B and then D. Keep in mind, I'm not holding down Control and B. I'm holding Control, then hitting B, releasing those two, and then hitting D to detach. Hitting that keyboard combination puts Tmux in the mode where it's waiting for your command or whatever keyboard shortcut you want to hit. And we can see that we've successfully detached from that. Well, shoot, we've detached from our session. How do we list all of our sessions? That is going to be Tmux ls, and we can do that here. And we can see that we have session 0. What did our session name default to when we created one without a set name? That is just going to be 0. And now that we found the name of our session, how do we attach to it? That is going to be via Tmux a-t and 0. And we'll type that over here, a-t and 0. Let's go ahead and make a new window in this session. What key do we need to add to the combo in order to do this? That is going to be C, and we can do that with Control B and C, and we can see that we've opened up a new session here. Seems like we have plenty of windows and nothing to fill them up with. Let's remedy that problem by deploying the VM above and running an nmap scan against it. So we're just demonstrating that we can hop between different tabs. You don't need to do this. This is just to demonstrate that. We'll go ahead and say that we've deployed it since we've gone ahead and already done that. Run the following scan against the VM. In this case, we'll go ahead and do that here with nmap-sv-vv for very verbose -sc for running common scripts against it. And we'll scroll up and grab our IP that we're attacking, which is going to be 10.10.4.249. We'll start that running. Now note that the tab name changes there, so we can see that nmap is running. And we'll mark that as complete. Woo, plenty of output to work with now. If you work with a relatively small terminal like me, this output might not all fit on the screen at once. To fix that, let's enter copy mode. What key do we add to the combo to enter copy mode? That should be the left bracket. There we go. So that allows us to scroll. So let's go ahead and do that. And you can see now by scrolling up and down with the mouse wheel, I can scroll through what is in the terminal history. Copy mode is very similar to less and allows us to scroll up and down using the arrow keys. What if I want to go to the very top? That is going to be G. So this is also the keyboard shortcut in less. And then to go to the very bottom is going to be capital G. So I'll go ahead and enter in. So if we go to, so G just is short to go to line. If I go to 0, that's going to be all the way at the bottom. And then if I do Shift G, it's not letting me. So we'll hit G again, and then we can go to 72. And that puts us up all the way top. And we can go back down to the bottom with that. What key do we press to exit copy mode? This is going to be the same key that we use to exit less. We can do that with Q. So we'll go ahead and hit Q. And you notice that the copy mode indicator goes away up here in the top right corner. This window we're working in is nice and all, but I think we need an upgrade. What key do we add to the combo to split the window vertically? This is going to be an easy one to remember. Just because the indicator itself has a line through it, it's going to be the percent bar. Let's go ahead and do percent. There we go. I hit 5. When you do Control B and then the number, it's what switches it between these tabs. So we can see that we've added a vertical split there. And we can type that in here for our answer. And then horizontally is a little bit less straightforward. We can do that with the double quotes. And you can see now we've got a horizontal split. And we can do all sorts of fun things with this. It's very cool. Really, really nice, especially if you have one window up that you need a little bit of information out of. For example, maybe the output of a text file, and you want to reference it in other programs. This is really, really helpful. Now we can move between these panes using the key combo and arrow keys. Go ahead and try it out. We can do that with just using the arrow keys. and our key combo. We can also resize these panes by holding down the key combo and pressing the arrow keys. So what we can go ahead and do is, this might not work because I'm on a 60%. There we go. So we can see that I can resize this. I have a 60% keyboard that I use for all these videos. It doesn't have all the keys. I don't have arrow keys in mine, so I'm using key combos on top of key combos. It does still work. It's just a little bit trickier. Wait a minute, we've forgotten about our original window. We can go to it using the key combo and then the number of the session, which is right here. Try going back to this original window and then returning to our first one, or to our new one. So we can see Control B and then 0 goes back to the first one, and then Control B 1 goes back to the window that we're still working in. Say one of these newly minted panes, so one of these little sections, becomes unresponsive and we're just done working in it. What key do we add to the combo to kill the pane? This is pretty straightforward. It's just going to be K. So I can kill, for example, this. Let's see. Oh, hold on. It is X. There we go. Exit. I was slightly off. There we go. Control B and then X is going to kill that pane. So now you can see the horizontal panes expanded to take up the entire window. Now that we finish out work, what can we type to close the session? That is going to be exit. Pretty straightforward. And that will actually just close those individual terminals. And then last but not least, how do we spawn a new named Tmux session named neat? That is going to be Tmux new-s and then neat. And there we go. That's going to do it for the Tmux room. Nice short one today. If you have any questions, as always, I will have the TryHackMe Discord and subreddit linked in the video description below. If you have any, if you like this content, subscribe to me on YouTube, follow me on Twitter, and until next time, happy hacking.